What is up, everybody? Hello, I am Freed. Welcome to Freed FM. I'm can't tell if there's an echo coming in or not. This is the first stream back. I'm very excited to finally just be back in the mix and like doing this. I told myself I almost didn't stream today, and I was just nervous. I get nervous like before these things. But I'm feeling good now. I'm really excited that I'm doing it. It's been a long time since I've uploaded a video. The last thing I talked about was not getting screwed over by Bel Air Direct, the insurance company. And yeah, that was like February or April or March or something like that. So it's been a while, and yeah, I just really wanted to get into it. So like that's why. So I guess I'll break it down, like what's kind of been going on with me. Since that last video, a lot's changed for me, and that's why I'm back streaming. So for starters, I essentially lost my job. I still work there. But yeah, so my job, I'm a video editor in sports media, and I was working for a scumbag company. I'm still actually employed by them. Which is so much fun, how it's kind of unfolding. It's a really weird situation, but I'm working through it. And then I was fortunate enough to find another job, and I'm doing that now. But it's only part-time and not many hours. So I thought to myself, hey, you know what? Like maybe I'm 32. Like when am I going to have the opportunity to do this again, where I'm going to have the free time and everything like that to put time and energy into streaming and everything like that. So that's what I want to do. I will be live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, come hell or high water, even if I have nothing to talk about. And that's the truth. I want to be doing this and just dedicate my time to it, because I haven't made it a priority, and I want to now, like I'm saying, because I had the time. I'm sorry if I'm a little discombobulated. This is obviously the first stream. I'm still figuring it out. I feel like I need 3 monitors, if I'm being honest. I know if my girlfriend was watching this, she's not. She's traveling the streets of New York right now. Lucky her. I'm just at home taking care of the doggos. He was here. He might pop back in. We do have guest appearances on this show. So she's venturing the streets of New York with her best friend. So they're having a blast, and I'm here on dog duty and then doing this. So can't complain though. I rebranded, so to speak. I got like the little Freed FM right here. If you haven't peeped it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, little Freed FM. Probably shouldn't use the same logo on some of the Stream Deck buttons. Almost pressed the wrong thing. So yeah, Freed FM. I took radio, if you didn't know, in college. I've always loved radio, loved the format of it, and would really like to turn this into something like that, where it's almost an internet radio show. And I think that would be really cool. So with making streaming a priority, I've obviously been doing a lot of graphic stuff for this, and trying to because I want to make it a good show. I want to make it have a lot of elements and everything like that. So I've been working on doing that and trying to incorporate different themes and everything like that. And of course, when you're figuring this all out, the one thing you need to work is a camera. So it's crazy when you start looking into it, how much Elgato actually monopolizes the market. So I was trying to find, so all of a sudden I update to Windows 11. I'm getting everything ready. I update OBS. I'm updating everything, just trying to stay on top of it, trying to use the latest and greatest for when I start streaming. And all of a sudden, every time I turn off my computer or OBS, I have to open OBS, my camera is not to be found. It's not working. So I would have to climb under my desk and like unplug the USB for it and then plug it back in, and then it would finally work. It was actually becoming such an issue. So I started like branching out, and I started looking at other options. So this is like the only other, like there's not many. Like it's crazy. Like I said, Elgato is definitely running the show when it comes to streaming tech and stuff like that, because anything else is really, you're getting into like video professional stuff, and one, it's not cheap, and two, it's not like really geared towards doing what you need, not what you need, but like for example, like you get 4K 60 with the Elgato for Camlink 4K. Here you do not. The highest video you get through HDMI here is, it looks like 1080 60, which I'm sure like it would still like look good, but yeah, you're not getting like the full shebang. And then I mean, like you could go to the 4K extreme, but it's like, again, like I said, you're getting into like TV kind of stuff now. So like $5,000 for that. Or you're like buying like, I don't need shit like this, like an ATEM Mini Pro. ATEM, is that how you say Atom? Is it the Atom? I'm an idiot. It's probably Atom. Yeah, so you see that, and I mean, like, this is a huge switcher for like an actual broadcast. We're using multiple cameras. I am not using multiple cameras. I'm using one, and I just want it to work well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this actually leads me to what the problem was. So I'm like going into my BIOS, I'm like trying to figure out, I'm like turning things off. So like via the USB ports, trying to figure it out, like power saving things that might have an effect on it. Lo and behold, it was just the different scenes that I have. Like this scene, there's one that I have that I don't even use. But this one was the one that was like taking it up. And I kept wondering, I'm like, where's my camera? Where is it? And it kept saying it was in use. Well, I don't know what decided this. Maybe it was through one of the updates I did or whatever. But the scene, the lowest scene, the one that I said that I don't use, was actually using my camera. It was taking up the full real estate, the full real estate on my camera. And so there we are. Yeah, so I'm glad I figured that out, because it was just, I don't know. There's a reason why I haven't been streaming or making videos, and it's because I overthink a lot of things. That's basically it. End quote or whatever. Yeah, I overthink a lot of stuff, and it just results in me not putting out content or creating videos, and then there's so many ways you can overthink things. And yeah, it's definitely one of my biggest biggest bad habits is overthinking and allowing it to result in just not creating anything. So, but yeah, I'm hoping to change that and everything like that. Other than that, like, life's going pretty good. I just want to get back into content creation, and I just want to have a lot of fun with it. I'm hopefully, when my girlfriend's back, hopefully she is going to help me produce. Like, that would be a lot easier. It's just like, I worry. I'm a worry guy. I'm a worrier, man. Also, let me know if you're in the comments below. Like, let me know if you like this camera angle or not. I switched it up from the like dead straight on camera. I think it looks way better, but it also might not feel as connected because I'm not always looking at the camera. But I wanted to kind of make this more like a radio show, like where you can listen. You don't necessarily have to watch. Like, I'll describe it for you I'll describe it for you well enough, what's going on the screen and the stories that we're covering. And if you just want to be driving, or if you, whatever you're doing, you're cleaning your place, you just want something in the background that you just want to like listen to. I absolutely aspire to be that. Maybe that's mediocre, but that honestly, like that's what I like. I like being able to just put someone on who's just talking, not screaming, not, hearing gunshots in the background sometimes. And it's just, you're listening to like interesting topics, interesting discussions. And, you don't have to give your full attention to it sometimes because, hey, even as it goes now, some people have a hard time just sitting down and watching a movie, without going on their phone. So I totally get it. And that's kind of what I, was it subscribe? I can't remember. It's what aspire. I'm an idiot. It's what I aspire to be. Yeah. So let me know if you like the camera angle. If you don't, whatever, it's all good. No harm and no foul. So let's get into the show. There's a few like topics that I kind of like. I wasn't hesitant to get into this first topic. But I have a little bit of a different take, or I wouldn't bring it up. So first off, we're going to be talking about the Ava Chris Tyson situation. If you don't know what happened, Ava Chris Tyson, a member of Mr. Beast's entourage, crew, whatever you want to call them. She was featured in multiple Mr. Beast videos, was there from kind of the beginning, I assume. I don't watch, so I've watched a few videos, obviously, but yeah, didn't really anyway. So very disgusting accusations, and not even accusations, just disgusting chats came out with her interacting with young teenagers, males, if that matters. And yeah, just very inappropriate, disgusting talk that no one should say to a minor, joking about sending nudes, and them calling her daddy. She had not transitioned at this time, so like that's one thing to take into account. It's a little confusing, so to speak. But of course, the internet got upset because, hey, trans person bad, all trans people bad, which obviously makes sense. So I'm very like it's so, we have such a base level of thinking, and like the broken phone that like goes on with this whole thing is so bad. You can see it in the comments on Mr. Beast. So obviously Mr. Beast came out with a statement about it eventually. Ava Chris Tyson's response about it was, I'm stepping away from everything Mr. Beast to focus on my mental health and my family. Not really an apology whatsoever, just saying, oh, I did this. Yeah, sure, I did this. It was inappropriate, but no apology. And yeah, I mean, it's inexcusable. There's nothing to really elaborate on as far as that whole situation goes. What I wanted to more get into that I found interesting when it came to this whole situation is because there's been a lot of this happening in the news lately in the creator space, specifically. You know, it all kicked off with Dr. Disrespect, and then it was Cody Ko, and now Ava Chris Tyson. The Cody Ko thing is like a little like, he must be fucking thinking his lucky stars. It's been definitely swept under the rug since this Ava Chris Tyson thing. If you don't know what he did, him and Tana Mongeau, whatever, I don't know how to say her name, Tana. He like hooked up with her when she was like 17. That's been fully like admitted, like corroborated. Also gross facts about that. It's like, is it that hard to just say, oh, that's off limits? That's not a good thing. Like, I feel like the majority of people just see that and like, they're like, that's all right. Well, can't do that and just move on with their life. Apparently not. And then obviously the one that set it all off, which is huge, which is why the internet always wants its pound of flesh. But this time it was a little different. But Dr. Disrespect, when he obviously was outed that his original Twitch ban came from being caught DMing a minor in the then existing Twitch. I can't remember. It was like a Twitch. It was the DMs on Twitch. So obviously gross because he's, he was, I mean, it's gross regardless, but he's a fucking adult with a kid. Like, it's fucking gross. Like, so, and I'm a big Doc. I was a big Doc fan. I still have, like, it sucks because, like, of course, before this all happened, I had just ordered like t-shirt, hoodie, and then I think like a couple months after receiving it, the guy gets exposed as a pedophile, so, or a whatever, a groomer. I don't know what the accurate statement is. It's not like allegedly nothing happened, but he still did that disgusting act of just talking to a minor and knowing that. So yucky, gross, you fucking weirdo. Bye. As he would say, get him out of here. I can't scream into the mic. I'm too loud. Should I be quoting a pedophile? I don't think so. This is already going terribly. So anyway, Mr. Beast obviously like was a big hit to the community. A lot of fans, a lot of people huffing copium, defending him with it from his fan base and just all over the internet. There was like an alleged, like I think there was it was proven to be false, but there was like someone trying to push the narrative that was like only a 17-year-old, but that's like not true. People are just the age of the person was never mentioned. It's just labeled, the person was just labeled as a minor. So like, but I think people wanted to believe that it was only like, oh, she was 17 turning 18 the day like on midnight when Doc talked to her, which makes it still wrong because he's like 35 at the time. So like he could be fucking 25 and it's still gross. So anyway, obviously you had a lot of content creators from the space, from the streaming space, like just to name a few, the primary people who were kind of attacked in this whole Ava Chris Tyson situation is Valkyrae, Pokimane, Ludwig, and Charlie Moist Critical. So those four were basically the most, like, they were kind of attacked out of the majority of people. Just people come because obviously they commented on the Dr. Disrespect thing. They were very quick to like call it what it is. Not quick, but with the updates rolling out. But Doc admitted this himself, like the statement of him trying to just say, hey, like, no wrongdoing, but yeah, I did that, was kind of insane to think like people are just gonna be like, oh, he's just, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking in that sense, but it was an easy situation to comment on. The person had come out, he admitted it, he tried to say there was no wrongdoing, but just because legally there was no wrongdoing does not absolve you that there wasn't wrongdoing in like moral or ethical stature. I think that's what he thought. I think in his mind it was like, me no get arrested, so me no do bad. Well, I hate to tell you that. So then this Ava Chris Tyson thing happens. And of course, those four creators are getting called out. Hey, when are you going to speak on this? Because everyone loves, like, everyone just was saying, kind of calling them out. Oh, you spoke on Doc real quick. Like, where is this? Like, trying to say, like, there was a lot of accusations of like people were trying to cover it up because, or not cover it up, or like, but suppress the news of it because one, Ava's associated with the biggest content creator in the world, Mr. Beast. And also that because she's trans, they're also trying to suppress that too. To try to hide that. No one in that entire the four people I mentioned, as far as I could see, were trying to suppress the news. It was a developing situation. It was happening in the moment, and I like one of the specific things was Valkyrae. She was like moving at the time, and she had to like stop moving because she was getting tagged so many times to respond to this situation, even though it was developing. And it really was like, it was kind of weird to me because I kept thinking to myself, oh, do they know Ava Christensen? Like, do they stream with like what's their association? And there was, as far as I know, there was no association. It was just people mad that they commented on the Dr. Disrespect thing and they didn't immediately comment on the Ava Chris Tyson thing. And it was a weird thing to see in the internet because I think we become so, I don't know, it's not readily available, but we become so used to this instant gratification, this constant news cycle that these people who, you know, sure, like their job is creating content and everything like that, and their job is to report on, like, I mean, Valkyrie is just a streamer. She just plays like fun games and shit with me. It's not like a newscaster or anything like that. Like Ludwig and Moist Critical, yeah, sure, they both fall in line with that because, like, you know, with Mogul Mail, Ludwig puts out videos on like on drama, news, stuff like that, and then obviously Moist Critical also covers every fucking thing because he drops so many videos. And then Pokimane, I don't really watch her content, but I mean, again, just like a variety streamer, just like Valkyrie, like she's not, I mean, obviously like they talk about on their streams, like stuff in the community, but it's so weird that it's like, no, we need your comment now. And I think it's just like the most, I mean, Ludwig tweeted as a joke saying, we're just completely forgetting the 4 pillars of journalism. And you know what, to a degree, like that is where we're at. We're just, you know, the integrity of it doesn't really matter. It's just that you're speaking on it, which I don't really feel is like a good thing. Like me personally, I don't think being first to speak on something is the best thing because you don't have all the facts to talk about it. You don't, like, you need all the information to form an opinion. So why wouldn't you wait for it all to come out? At least wait 24 hours. Like, there was still stuff developing. I don't think Mr. Beast put out a statement until like 2 days after or so. And then even now, one of the victims in the whole Ava situation who was groomed, like he was a part of the Discord and the chats and everything that who Ava was talking to, he at first came out and said, this is all lies, there's no wrongdoing. And he has since changed his statement because, and again, like Moist Critical spoke on this as well, where, you know, not to negate how, like, Lava is the name of the victim of the grooming, or not to negate what he's saying and like his opinion that he didn't feel violated. But when you're a young child and like you're talking to this person, of course you're gonna like, and they have fame or something like that, of course you're gonna think it's cool, and like you were groomed. Like, that's literally what's going to happen, is you're going to defend this person because you don't feel the wrongdoing, even though it is wrong, because you're not going to see that, right? And that's the whole point of, yeah, that's the whole point of it. So again, not to negate that, but so yeah, I think it was super weird. All these people coming for blood. They want their fucking, you know, they want their shit. And I don't think it's a good way to trend on the internet. I think, if anything, we need to get back to like a cycle. Like, you know, it's true. I don't even know what the 4 pillars of journalism are. We could look it up. Hey, why not? I got time. But four pillars of ethical what are the 4 standards of journalism? Fact-based communications, independence, objectivity, impartiality, and fairness. Okay, I'll say it again. I'll even highlight it. Why not? So here we go. The principles. Okay, while various codes may differ in detail, their content and come from different cultures, traditions, most share common elements, including the principles of truthfulness, accuracy, and fact-based communications, independence, objectivity, impartiality, and fairness, respect for others, and public accountability. Okay, what's this? Media update. Let's see this one. I just like lists. Like, just show me a list. Number 1, ethical journalists should seek truth and report it. No shit. Ethical journalism minimizes harm. Thanks, Chief. All right. Fuck that. It's not useful. I mean, I think most of like what I read before, like the points, even though they weren't like specific, like, I think like that's just everything that matters, right? And I do respect that. I respect that, like, we need to cease this. I understand about the constant stream, and like there's always going to be those people, because people have to announce breaking news, but this, like, everyone's opinion needs to be out there like before the 24-hour cycle needs to fucking just go. And then, so speaking on this whole thing, like where I think it's like going and everything like that, obviously Mr. Beast has cut ties with Ava Chris Tyson, and he put out his statement. And I just wanted to talk about like if he's going to get canceled, because I think like that's the next question. Now, I have seen that he was in the room, like, because people are always just constantly like accusing, oh, you knew. It's like, I mean, is he reading was he going in to read Ava's discords or private chats, DMs, whatever? I mean, it'd be kind of weird if he was. So I'm not gonna like right now. I don't think it would be really crazy if he did know, and still would like let this person be a part of his team or anything like that, especially being at like such a high value content creator, like, you know, the biggest in the world. You have an Amazon deal to make for Amazon Prime to make a show. It just like I think if he knew, like, he would have separated ties long ago. There's no, the truth always comes out. There's no really covering this up. And so his statement was, over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During that time, I have been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and association with Mr. Beast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation, and will take further action based on their findings. So who knows what that further action could be? I have no idea. People online are obviously pointing out how he was. So another thing about Ava is she bought artwork from this dude who Shadman, who unfortunately draws fucking child porn, which is gross. I guess like there's like a weird internet divide here, because people are saying like some of his artwork beforehand used to be edgy, but then he also does this as well. Like, I don't know where you're drawing the line here. I don't fucking care if it's edgy. Dude starts drawing fucking child porn, you're a weirdo. Like, and to buy it is even weirder. So allegedly, Ava Chris Tyson did buy a Shadman piece that was of, it was either lolly, I think that's what it's called, I don't know. It was like essentially a child in like a sexual pose. Fucking gross. But there is like that artwork on the room, and like you see Mr. Beast, but he's like so young in the photo, like, and like the painting or drawing is on the wall, and like he's in the same room, but it's like, okay, so I was like looking at that, and all I could think about is like, dude, I've been to some people's houses and I've been like, dude, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, this person's weird. But I guess like that kind of ties into like, oh, did he know? Which, I mean, maybe he did. Like, if this friend of yours is giving you the fucking heebie-jeebies. Yeah. So there's that. Then there was also a podcast that, but it doesn't show his face. It's just like voice. Some people alleging it was like AI. I have no idea. I didn't look too deep into that one. But it was like Mr. Beast commenting on like Bad Baby when she was like 14. He's 17. It's just like weird. Like, why are we at that point? You're like grasping at straws. Like, you're talking about two minors at that point. It's, I mean, like, it's still obviously like a 14-year-old. Like, that's just weird. But I mean, he's also a minor. It's just fucked. Like, why are you who's finding this? Who's pulling that shit up? Who wants to listen to 17-year-old Mr. Beast and his thoughts, you know? So as far as like getting canceled goes, as of right now, I don't think he will. You're gonna obviously have the MAGA fucking right-wing crowd who are like, you're a fucking pedo supporter, fucking trans. Like, we told you all the trans people are fucking pedos, blah, blah, blah. So like, here's one. His name is Chris, and the dude didn't even spell his fucking name right. And the dude left his family to talk to little boys online. It's not true. He was actually talking to the little boys before he transitioned. She transitioned. Sorry. So, but that's what I mean about broken telephone. See, like, people are going to read that and they're just going to think like that's fact. And like, they're not going to do research and look into it, like, because they want to villainize the trans community. That's like what's so, if there's any takeaway from this thing that is so depressing, it is the villainization of the entire trans community for one person's actions. It's so damning because unfortunately these fucking losers are just waiting in the wings to attack on them and everything like that. But it's crazy to see like the people who are against cancel culture, the right wing, the right, are the ones who are trying to cancel Mr. Beast right now. So a little ass backwards. That's why I don't think he'll get canceled. I think obviously information will come out and we'll see where it goes from there. And then as far as the statement from the victim Lava, he said, based on recent screenshots and messages, I would like to say a statement about the Discord. This was 5 or 6 years ago, and I thought I had a good memory of the situation, but I was wrong. After reading the chat logs, this stuff was inappropriate and wrong. I spoke based on my memory of the situation and still do not remember these conversations, but they definitely happened. These conversations should not have happened with people at that age. I was at that time with people at the age I was at that time. I strongly condemn them. I still believe I am not a grooming victim, but these conversations should not have happened with me and any minor and any other minor in this Discord. I was a minor in this situation and not the adult influencer who shouldn't have allowed this to happen. I did not see this wrong at the time. I hate to break it to you, buddy. That's literally what grooming is. Like, I'm sorry. I hate, like, if you didn't see, like, you didn't see it wrong at the time because that's why, like, it's predatory. That's what grooming is. They're doing this stuff because they know you're too young to understand. And you think it's all fun when they're in turn, not really joking. They're making you feel like more like an adult, like edgy and shit like that. Like that's literally like what happens. Why like these people go for young. It's fucking gross. Like I'm explaining it and in my mind, I'm like, you're fucked if you do that. Holy shit. Just like disgusting manipulation of like a young mind. And like that's what it is. Like, because we talk about like kids are very trusting, you know, and stuff like that. Especially when you're a person, like I said, when you're an internet celebrity or content creator with a mass following, and that's the way you I honestly cannot believe it. So yeah, peace the fuck out, bro. Peace the fuck out, Ava. I'm sorry. It's time to go back to the fucking middle of nowhere or wherever. So yeah. that's where that like lands. Obviously, it's still stuff coming out. Even this lava thing came out today. So I'm sure we'll figure out more as like the situation just keeps developing. Obviously, that third party investigation needs to keep going, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm not holding my breath for anything right now. Actually, you know what? I do feel like that's a good transition. See what I did there? We'll talk about actually something else pretty brutal for the trans community. It's not for the trans community, it's just like annoying. But the whole Elon Musk dead naming his daughter who transitioned, and just saying how his whole speech talking about killing the woke mind virus.
It happened to one of my older boys, where I was essentially tricked into signing documents for one of my older boys, Xavier. This is before I had really any understanding of what was going on, and we had COVID going on, and so there was a lot of confusion. I was told, oh, Xavier might commit suicide if he.
That was a lie right from the outset.
Incredibly evil, and I agree with you that people that have been promoting this should go to prison.
That's
so I was tricked into doing this, and
didn't like that cut.
It wasn't explained to me that puberty blockers are actually just sterilization drugs. Anyway, and so I lost my son essentially. They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah,
all right. So the reason it's called dead naming is because.
I'm sure Jordan Peterson is so aware. He doesn't give a fuck. Oh my God, dude.
My son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead. Killed by the woke mind virus.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and there's lots of people in that situation now.
Right.
It's not pretty, and lots of demolished kids.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a good reason to be the final straw. All right, so let's.
So I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after that. And we're making some progress.
Just give me a second. What an idiot. Seriously. You're mad because your child felt one way about their body, about who they are as a person. And instead of just respecting that and going along with it, you needed to lay blame to something, which I guarantee just because he doesn't like the way things are on the internet, especially because he gets fucking trolled up in, like left, right, and center, has to take up this mantle. I'm like, you're so chivalrous. Thank you for taking up this mantle for me when I didn't ask you to do anything. The woke mind virus took the life of my child. No, it didn't. Your child actually just doesn't like you at all. That's why she's estranged from you, bro. His daughter actually spoke out in the first interview. So Vivian Jenna Wilson, the transgender daughter of Elon Musk, said Thursday in her first interview that he was an absent father, shocker, who was cruel to her as a child for being queer and feminine. Wilson, 20, in an exclusive interview with NBC News, responded to comments Musk made Monday about her and her transgender identity on social media and in an interview posted online. So as we just watched, said she was not a girl. And was figuratively dead, and he alleged that he had been tricked into authorizing medical treatment for her when she was 16. Wilson said that Musk hadn't been tricked and that after initially having hesitated, he knew what he was doing when he agreed to her treatment, which required consent from her parents. Musk recent statement across the line. She said, I think he was under the assumption that I wasn't going to say anything and I would just let this go unchallenged, Wilson said in a phone interview, which I'm not going to do because if you're going to lie about me, like blatantly, to an audience of millions, I'm not going to let that slide. Wilson said that for as long as she could remember, Musk hasn't been a supportive father. Still isn't, believe it or not. If you can believe it, he still isn't. She said he was rarely present in her life, leaving her and her siblings to be cared for by their mother or by nannies, even though Musk had joint custody. And she said Musk berated her when he was present. He was cold, she said. He's very quick to anger. He is uncaring and narcissistic. Oh, you don't say. Oh, the guy who is like using his child being transgender I'm gonna take on, that's when I decided to take on the woke mind virus. You're telling me that guy's a narcissist? No shit. Ugh. Even talking like him fucking made my throat die. Brutal. Honestly, like, that's all it is. And that's how it comes across. Like this whole interview, like, or at least this clip, it's so narcissistic where you're taking up like this mantle. It's like all about you. It's not about he can try and like swing it and like use his daughter becoming transitioning as a whatever as his motivation, but what it all comes down to is it's all about you. It's all about your fight. It's all about, yeah, it has nothing to do with that. And it's so fucking transparent. It's brutal. There was another clip to go along with this. Oh, JD Vance. We're going to be getting into that in a sec. What's this
about
one?
that in relationship to... So I've been thinking about that in relationship to sacred images.
Okay.
Okay, well, the sacred image of masculinity in the West is a crucifixion, but a man who's crucified. But the sacred image of a woman isn't a woman. The sacred image of a woman is a woman and an infant, right? It's a dyad and not a monad.
Sure.
Right. And in the Christian view, those two images, you know, they vie for supremacy, right? I mean, obviously, Christ is the superordinate image, but Mary as the mother of God is the female equivalent. And so one of the things I've been playing with at an axiomatic level is the notion that unless the feminine is conceptualized as the combination of female and infant, then the culture has lost its attachment to the traditional sacred images and is probably on its way out.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about that in relationship to sacred.
Oh man, I hate to admit it, but I was kind of Elon in like that in that moment. He just like Jordan Peterson is just going on this fucking tangent, and I just couldn't give a fuck. I was, you know, obviously like this is a show and I'm trying to care, but God, the guy is such a fucking dork. That sounds like I don't. Intellectually, I just like find him draining. One, I find him super draining. Two, I think he has an exceptionally biased point of view now, becoming a part of Daily Wire and everything like that. It's just exhausting to listen to him because he's gonna spin so much bullshit to fit his fucking narrative. It is so fucking annoying. It's so bad. And that's why, you know, he's made fun of because he is so in his little bubble. He's so like out of touch. It's fucking embarrassing, especially for someone like, I'm not going to say he's an idiot. He's like, is an intellectual, but he's become, it's like when you go so far up your own ass, which like Elon's right there with him. Like this is just an interview with two dudes who like who are just like headless because both of their heads are up their asses, just so like full of themselves. And then so the one other thing I wanted to get into is, if you haven't seen it, it's a trend right now, and I love it. It's my favorite trend, actually. It's like one of the best thing to come out so far of like this political thing debacle. No, this political season, we'll call it. JD Vance fucks couches. So a little context as to why is, in his dreadful novel, Hillbilly Elegy, JD Vance described having sex with a rubber glove secured between cushions of his couch. Republicans chose him to be a heartbeat away from becoming POTUS. So the Associated Press has like had to come out like that he doesn't fuck couches and like all this stuff, but the memes are chef's kiss. They're fucking great.
They not like us. They not like us.
Oh,
they
I'm getting
not like
DMAC'd
us.
on that one.
They not.
I'll turn it down. I'll only have 4 seconds. God, he looks like a beady-eyed idiot. So he's into couch hussy like you wouldn't fucking believe. So I'll just show you some of my favorite memes to come out of it. Is you have him, and I love this because I feel like it's also making fun of, like, probably unintentionally, but I feel like it's making fun of right wing, like their bullshit where they're like, I never really like went down this rabbit hole too much, but where they're identifying people's postures. I feel like this kind of is like that, where they're like, see, he's a beta, or it's like that's actually like where they're trying to like see if like someone's trans based on their posture, whatever the fuck they're doing. I don't know. But the lines, like he's actually like looking at the couch like past her. It's so good. Who need the couch hussy 8? Oh. Couch hussy. No respect, I tell you. No respect, I tell you. My wife made me sleep on the couch, and it also said it was too tired. That's almost I appreciate the joke, but it's also like, don't disrespect Rodney Dangerfield. Do not show this couch to JD Vance, and it's all like, just holy fuck. That's the ugliest couch I've ever seen too. He would definitely slam it. Hell yeah. And that's JD Vance, fucking couch hussy. One thing I wanted to also look at is we're going to be checking. So last night was the release of Deadpool and Wolverine. I know like the early reviews were awful. I want to see if it keeps going, which way it's going right now. Okay, so right now, audience rating, it's a 4.6 based on 2,500 reviews. Best buds are box office gold. Where's it sitting at Rotten Tomatoes? Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, Rotten Tomatoes does not like ad block. Okay, so it's currently sitting at 79% on Rotten Tomatoes, 98% audience score. On July 26th, even draped in copious amounts of irony, the nonstop fan service grows wearisome. Yeah, I bet. That's what I feel like this movie is, and that's what. So huge Marvel guy, like loved like the original, like the Infinity War, the Infinity War saga. We'll call like I love that. Or is it Infinity War? I think so. That would make sense, right? So I love like the whole like first phase of Marvel or whatever phase that was, like the whole Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, all that, the original Avengers movies. They were great. Obviously it's no news to anyone, you know, watching. But it fell off. It's so fucking bad. Like I think the last good movie was Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which was really just tying a bow on that trilogy as James Gunn also moved on to do DC. So, and we're not gonna, like, that's it for the Guardians. Not necessarily it, but it's not gonna be directed by James Gunn. It's not gonna have the same feel. And I could see it being a heaping pile of shit with whoever else does it. Though the MCU has never served up the cinematic equivalent of fine dining, its films at least used to be hearty fast food fare. Deadpool and Wolverine feels more like eating a bag of Sour Patch Kids and calling it dinner. Well, you are at the movies, and that is where you eat Sour Patch Kids. A celebration. This guy gave it a pause. Like, it's certified fresh to him, which is fucking weird. A celebration of trash. As in it reveals in fucking cuts people off. As it reveals in Deadpool's brand of trashy humor, but also celebrates the discarded superheroes who we can't help but get sentimental about, following the same easy route to our feelings that Spider-Man No Way Home took. Right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyway, I'm over it. I'm over the whole like fanfare, all that bullshit. I fucking don't care anymore, man. It's like, and you know what? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I loved Deadpool 1 and 2. Like, Ryan Reynolds, amazing, like cast, phenomenal. Like, the action sequences were like great and everything like that. At this point, I'm just so sick of it. Like, it's so like over the top, and it's just Ryan Reynolds playing Ryan Reynolds. It's just so boring. It's not. There's no depth. And it sucks because like Hugh Jackman, like I just wish it ended. Like Logan was the best. Like Logan was great. It was like they actually made like an amazing movie, like the cinematic, like from even a cinematic standpoint too. And yeah, I feel like they're just bleeding. Like it's just milking. It's been milk dry. It's done. And now like their only way to like get fans to the theaters and like see their movies are like through gimmicky tactics, like bringing back, oh look, it's fucking that guy from the X-Men movie from fucking 10 years ago. That's cool, or whatever, or like some kind of bullshit, right? It's not just about storytelling or anything cool. It's just about like fan service, like I'm saying. So yeah. Anyway, you know, I don't know how people stream for hours on end. I'm at 56 minutes right now. I feel like I've hit my limit. I don't know what else I could talk about. At least I don't have anything else planned. That is my biggest crux as well. I'm a huge procrastinator, and I put off like show prepping. That was one thing I wanted to do better this time around going forward, is like more show prepping, more research, like being organized, having things ready to go. Obviously like there will be segments, like I have one called Maybe My Mom Will Know, and I'm going to call my mom, my man. I'm going to call her up and we're going to get her opinion. I have a different relationship with my mom. It's very good. It's very adult. I go back to think about my relationship with my mom, and one time when we were with like seeing a therapist when I was a kid, they said that we don't have like a mother-son relationship. It's more like two adults bickering. So clearly my mother has the intelligence of a 10-year-old, because that's how old I was. No, she doesn't. She's awesome. I love her, and I think it'll be really funny to like incorporate her into the show. She needs something to do. You know, she's 71, just needs a fucking hobby. I don't think that's going to be the solution, but I think it'll be fun for her. I think she'll get like a huge kick out of being a part of it for sure. And I think anyone that's watching will also enjoy deeply. So yeah, obviously like some segments to go, like it's going to develop like as I keep doing more of these. It's really just pushing myself to be a better creator. And there's going to be rough patches, you know, and I appreciate anyone that's going to like stick by and like watch. It definitely helps if you chat below. I know some people are just popped in real quick, which is fine. No harm, no foul. But next time comment and you know, like, let's go in the chat. To be fair, I'm talking about like old news at this point because, like I said, I like to wait for everything to come out. And that's where I'm at. It's crazy to me. I've actually been obviously getting back into streaming. I want to see what other streamers are doing and what is kind of hot on the market right now, so to speak. And I was checking out who the up and comers are on Twitch, and I got to say, it's like so different, you know. They're definitely kind of a mix of. They're kind of like a mix of Aiden Ross meets IShowSpeed meets fucking Kai. It's just crazy. Like they're like a lot of like IRL streaming and stuff like that, but like it's so like, and then like some of their other content is like really well produced. I feel like the industry has just changed like dramatically, where it's become a more well produced, well refined thing, because you're seeing traditional media is going away, and we're slowly going into that. So yeah, I thought it was super interesting to see. Also, let me know if you want me to game. I will stream. I have friends like they want me to stream and they want me to play video games. I don't mind doing that as a secondary part of the show, or I could just do some days like I'll stream games. Because right now I want to do Free to FM. I want to do this show. I want to do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Friday at the very least. But right now I'm setting my sights on the 3. Definitely get my girlfriend involved to do producing as well. Gonna try to get my buddy who lives he lives in a different city. We've done things in the past where we wanted to make content together. It was that kind of content. I'm an idiot. So I was going to try to see if I could get him to remote in and then produce, which would be also useful. But again, he doesn't, you know, I'm gonna have to like train them on like what to do and stuff like that. It's not like that hard, but yeah, that's where I'm at right now. IRL. I like how the picture of IRL streams are grass. Touching grass. See, the problem is, all these people have too much fucking money and no fucking brains. And that's the truth. Y'all rich and stupid. Like, do something good with your fucking money. It's just become like buying like an exorbitant amount of, or like something just, it's just buying dumb shit. That's all it is. Yeah, who am I kidding? I buy all kinds of dumb shit. Yeah, that is another thing. If you do feel like donating to the stream, obviously no one's watching, but if you did, if you were here and you felt like donating, link down below. Everything will basically go back into the stream, buying better equipment and everything like that. That's about it. It also gives me more, and also like allows me to continue making content and stuff like that. I have to get to like a place where like this is actually funny. I feel like that's like my biggest problem, is like trying to get my personality to come through on these things. I never can. I always come off like super bland, which sucks. It is what it is, man. I'm still like learning and trying to like figure it out. I'm trying to not be like, my biggest thing is I don't want it to be like super broadcasty, like, and I think I was off the top where it's like, welcome back. Even trying to like attempt that hurt my throat. Where it's like, you're listening to Freed Radio. Bleh. Oh. Yeah, I feel like I could do like some dope shit. I got some ideas that I'm excited about. You know what? I think realistically, I'm just like super excited to grow and become better at this. Like I was just saying, I really do. Like I want to get to a point where I am shining my personality through, and like maybe I can get there. You know, with some practice. I mean, I did take this in school, but I'd be like, what? I'd be like, hey. I was like super broadcasting in school. I'd be like, you're listening to Freed. Or you're putting on like a facade, and that's not what people want. People want real, right? I don't really support like recycling content where creators are going on and just watching other users' content. I know that was like a big thing there where people were kind of getting called out, like XQC and like even Hassan Piker was getting called out for using people's content because like they'd like get up and walk away. Which is crazy, man. It's crazy. I also thought about doing this as like a radio show where I play music, but that's hard to do, man. Especially on like even this video is gonna get probably well, not that I have monetization, but this is probably gonna get flagged just for like that 4 seconds of Not Like Us in that JD Vance video. Yes, my video is gonna get copyright strike just for fucking having a video of JD Vance fucking couches. Gotta love it. Yeah, I think one thing I'm excited about is to like have a conversation be started in this chat. I think it'll pop off. I think I'll pop off. It's gonna pop off. Although I don't let anyone know I'm streaming or tell anyone or anything. I don't even multi-stream. It's all about YouTube, baby. It's all about YouTube. I guess I could stream on Twitch. I don't know why I don't. If I had to think about it, it's just like, even now I feel like I think I said this at the start of the stream, but I feel like I need a third monitor even now, just with like all the windows I have open and like coordinating everything. But yeah, I also don't like how on Twitch I like on YouTube how you can go back in the stream and like start from the beginning, even though like they're still live. I think that's really cool. You can't do that on Twitch. You have to watch what's live and then you can watch the VOD after. But I mean, you could be waiting a long time. You could be waiting hours for that. It's like, what's the point of that? It's like, I just want to watch from the beginning. At least if I do that on YouTube, it offers people the option to just go and check that out. So I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm gonna check Twitter if there's anything updated. There was like, I saw someone like saying that there, like, Kamala Harris had picked her VP. But yeah, I didn't see anything. Marquise Brownlee uploading his FBI video. See, like, that's like something that like I think about. So Marquise Brownlee, MKBHD, is currently uploading a video he posted this morning 4 hours ago. He said, I think I can finally tell this story. And it's an image above or below from his email saying, hi, Mr. Brownlee. We would like to speak with you regards to Redacted. We are currently in the lobby of your building. If you could come downstairs or contact me at Redacted. Thank you. Special Agent Redacted. So, and it says FBI, FBI.gov. So the FBI obviously contacted him to talk about something. So, I mean, like, I don't understand like how people just feel cool. I guess like you got to get like through content somehow. If there's someone who knows, let me know. Let me know. So we can figure it out together. Huh. Activision confirms that skill-based matchmaking has been used since Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. 2007? No way, dude. Fuck, it's never been so aggressive. Man, I think the gaming has just changed. Like, that's about it. So that's what that study was saying. Activision ran tests in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer where 50% of players in NA in North America had a skill factor reduced in matchmaking. The test revealed that 80% of players were negatively affected, with player retention dropping off significantly in low and mid-skilled player groups. The marginal benefit for the top skilled players was not enough to justify reducing skill factor. Oh, okay. So they felt like, so people were leaving. Activision has stated that they have explored adding in a playlist with no skill factor in matchmaking in Call of Duty multiplayer. Why not Warzone? But they are still considering whether to release it because they believe it will just be high skilled players joining into it, as low and mid skilled players will not join. I mean, that's true. I mean, isn't that the luck of, that's the whole fucking point though, right? It's like the luck of the draw. Like one of my favorite games of all time is Gears of War. You just join a lobby, you join in the original Gears of War because like it wasn't server based, it was host based. So you would start a game, you'd host a match or whatever, or you'd join a match, you'd pick your side, whichever you wanted to play for, and then like you ended up with the teammates you got. sometimes you'd be playing amazing, like the whole other team would be full and they'd all be like with the same clan tag. It's just how it is, man. Isn't that still fun though? Hmm. Storytime with Deadpool will be launching at Disneyland, California. Guests can join Deadpool as he reads family-friendly tales from his book of super special stories that will inspire in the way only Deadpool can. Also, speaking of about like the Ava Chris Tyson situation and the doc thing, what are the odds that this same fucking kid got a picture with both of them? He looks like definitely more happy here. Less happy here. Oh, how the years change when your idols fall, I'm sure. Although neither would have been in trouble at that point. Maybe he was, I don't know. It's just speculation. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to end it there just because I'm just sitting here lollygagging. Not doing anything, not really talking about anything. SDCC is dropping as well. I forgot to mention that. That's obviously San Diego Comic-Con. So yeah, some cool stuff might be coming out over like the weekend. I think they did like a really cool Fantastic Four show with drones, which was cool. Where they did the logo and they also did Galactus. Actually, I just found it. So let's peep. Full screen, you bitch. I don't know how they did the smoke. I almost want it. Like, I need to know, like, does every single drone like have like a mist or smoke thing attached to it? Like, that's fucking so cool. It looks so good. Yeah, I am actually excited for the Fantastic Four movie, I will say. Out of anything Marvel, I can't really think of anything else. I'm gonna see Wolverine, Deadpool, or whatever. Deadpool, Wolverine. I'm gonna see it. I'm just not like, I used to be there like on premiere night. Like I would have been there last night seeing it. And I just don't have the inkling to do it anymore. I don't care. It doesn't mean as much to me. Going to see Longlegs tonight. So excited for that. I'll definitely be giving a review for that. Maybe even tomorrow. I might just go live because like I said, my girlfriend is away and I don't really have a lot going on. So it might be like a full weekend of gaming streams or something like that, which I would love to do. So yeah. Again, if you have anything to suggest you want to see on the show, you want me to talk about, please let me know below. I appreciate anything and everything, even if you think it sucked, because that allows me to know that I'm not doing a good enough job. As always, thanks so much for watching, listening. This is Freed FM, and have a great day. Cheers.